Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Sorry for all of the War of the Visions videos lately, but I've been really enjoying the game. And I've also been enjoying trying to figure out the game and thinking about how I want to play. I've read articles that say that your brain activity is at its highest when you are just starting a new game, trying to figure it out. And that's where I am right now, so indulge me. I am enjoying the game. As I said in a previous video, my favorite part of the game is like slowly leveling up my guys. And that's what this video is going to be about, raising levels and breaking limits, awakening and stuff. But I also think it's maybe the most important part of the game to understand well, so that you can make a good use of your time and resources. In order to max a unit to level 99, and or get a Trust Master is a giant undertaking, even for just one character. And it can't be done quickly. Maybe it takes like a month or more, depending on what kind of money you're putting into the game, how often you're playing the game. The grind is real. And again, I make the comparison to manually grinding the Earth Shrine in Brave Exvius. Okay, but first, before I start talking about the characters, let's go to the shop. There is a new shop available for 3 million downloads, I think. Yeah, this could be a good introduction into what I want to talk about in this video. First of all, I'm going to buy this rainbow shard because these are super rare. And then as you get your characters, like star levels 4, 5, 6, these become necessary to raise guys. So let's get that. Okay, and then there are a bunch of these, I guess like memory spirits, and then these, I think, these are not available anywhere to farm. You can only get them in the shop or beating the story quest. So I'm going to get all of these that I can now. I'm going to get fire and then earth. And wind, and then I'm only getting certain elements, and then that reason I will explain later. And then light. Of course I should get all of them, just in case I might need them in the future, but we'll get dark here. Okay, next, we have these job level orbs. I don't know if I need to buy the ones that you can get for lapis. I can farm any of these, but being able to get many of these purple ones in particular, that would be helpful. That would save a lot of farming for me. And then these blue ones especially. I would buy that multiple times if I could. I guess the blue ones actually, it'll be available once a day, so as long as this shop is open, looks like the next 7 days, I can keep buying that over and over, and I would recommend that everybody do that. The green ones, they're not too hard to farm. As you can see, I have 112, so I don't need that. Skip tickets I will get. And yes, I will keep complaining that they don't give out enough skip tickets daily. And then here at the bottom they have the experience cubes. You can give these to the guys to raise their level. But I think you can get enough by farming the quest, so I'm not going to pick those up. And then here, these are for the 1 million downloads. You can get the shards of characters, rare characters, uncommon, and then also buy some of these rare shards here as well. These are also to raise your star level. These are pretty rare and they're good, but they are expensive as well, so I'm going to wait on those. But here, these lower like starred elemental spirits, you can buy. I bought all the ones for Gil, since Gil is not as precious as the lapis. And some other stuff here, yeah. So yeah, I think that is all I want from the shop. Let's see if there's anything I want from the hatchers. No. I think I already pulled the single here, yeah. And then normal, sure, let's pull this here. Not really hoping for anything in particular. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now let's actually start talking about leveling up your guys. So first of all, I think it's important to decide on who to work on. since it takes so much to level up one guy, and then you don't want to use just resources on random guys just for no reason. So like I can look at Rarity here, and then you know, here I have enough stuff in order to raise his job level, and I could raise it, but I'm not going to use him, so that would be a waste of resources. And then here too, you know, I could raise his crystal level, but that would use up one of these orbs, so I'm going to wait on that as well. Yeah, I could also raise the star level, but again, don't want to waste the resources. And then, in one team, you can have up to 5 guys. So, as a baseline, I think you want to select at least 5 characters, and then focus on leveling those guys up. So that's something to keep in mind. And then as for the level that I think would be good to raise all of your guys, I would say level 40. That's a high enough level, I would say, for the story quests for sure. And then also the limited time quests. We have the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration. I think 40 is good enough for most of the stuff in there. And then for job level, I would say level 5. Let's see if I can look at that here. No, I cannot. We'll go to the unit screen. But if you raise their main level to job level 5, that will allow you to access most of the those job skills on this ability grid. So yeah, level 40 and then job level 5, I think that'll be good enough for just your everyday characters. And then once you have all of your everyday characters up to that level, you can choose one character that you want to put all of your resources in order to max out and then get to level 99, get the Trust Master or whatever. One other thing about raising your characters to level 40 is that once they get there, you can access this, their master ability. And then you can unlock this master ability by going to the hard quest mode. Once you get to level 40, it will take you there automatically. Another thing to keep in mind when selecting which characters you want to level up is the element. Here on Eileen, you can see that I'm tapping on the earth element thing. And then I would say that of your 5 members that you want to level up, as much as possible you want characters of different elements. This doesn't have anything to do with stuff that happens in battle. It's purely just for their resources that you need to use in order to level them up. So here I'll hit Shutaru. If I click the star level, awakening him here, you can see that I need all of these dark element materials in order to raise this level. If you have only one character per element, then just that one character is going to get all of the resources that you have for that element. But for me, in like Earth, for example, I have both Eileen and Monto. They kind of fight over who gets these element resources. So that's less than ideal. Yeah, there's Eileen. But that was why when I pulled Ayaka here, she was my first wind character. So that was great. I was able to give her all of my wind element materials just right away because it was all just like sitting there waiting to be used. Okay, next let's talk about the rarity of the characters. So here, that is the rarest level at the moment. And then UR characters, they require the most materials in order to raise their levels. They take like the most shards in order to raise their crystal level in that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you should focus on SSR characters or even SR characters. Because even these lower rarity characters, once you get them to a high enough star level, you're still going to need to use those same materials in order to level them, including those very, very rare rainbow shards. So I would say maybe stick to ultra rare, or then maybe some of the better SSR characters. Of course, if you have a favorite character, if you love Rarity here, then you can certainly take him to 99 if you like. And then I did recommend level 40 just for like your everyday characters. And then for the crystals, I would say maybe 2, maybe level 3, because once you get up here, it starts to take these rainbow orbs. And these are not as rare as the rainbow shards, but still pretty rare. And then for the star level, maybe 3, maybe 4. To get up to level 4, you need 1 of the rainbow shards, so that might be more of a price than you want to pay. And then here too, of course, you need the rainbow orbs. So yeah, be really careful when you're upgrading your guys. Look at what you are spending, and then think about what you could spend those on instead. And then there are Trust Masters in this game, but I'm looking at them and they don't look so great. It wouldn't be worth leveling up a character that you're not going to use in order just to get the Trust Master. But this is some armor, it gives you some HP and defense. It has no special passive ability. It does have an active skill where you can raise the defense, raise the attack, and then the count gauge of the characters around you, but I don't know. I don't think that's worth chasing. And that's one of the better Trust Masters as well. Here's Eileen's scanning goggles, gives you HP, accuracy, evade. Again, no passive abilities, but it does give you some slayers. Again, I don't know. I think you should really want to raise the characters that you want to use to 99, not for their Trust Masters. Okay, so I talked briefly before about job levels. So their main job, I think you definitely want to get that to level 5. If you can, you want to get their sub-jobs to 5 as well, because once they're all 5, you'll have access to all of the, or most of the skills on the board. So like here, for example, she needs to be a warrior level 5, I'll be able to access that. And then I'll be able to get most of these skills here. A lot of the ones here on the outside, you need to be a 5-star or a 6-star. That doesn't have anything to do with the job level, so... but yeah, getting a character to a 5-star or 6-star is going to be very expensive. It's going to take a lot of the rainbow shards. So I would save that just for your favoritist characters. So next, let's think about which characters would be really worth maxing out right now. And then let's go to a quest so that I can have a look at my friend list. Hopefully all the characters I want to talk about are in there. Okay, so I think Shuteru, he's one of the better ones to look at now because he can do really good damage really quickly and also at a distance. He has ranged attacks. And then that's kind of the name of the game right now, is to do a lot of damage right now. There isn't a lot of need for support characters. Another good one right now is Mediana. She's the best magic attacker right now. So yeah, she'd be another good one to level up. I think you can also use her limit break from the first turns. That's very strong. I think lower tier characters would be like the new Federica here, or Ayaka, or Gilgamesh, or... Where's Engelbert? Okay, Engelbert's not here, but he would be another second tier, I think. But they're also all kind of like support units, sort of like Swiss Army knife support units, so they're not as high tier as Shuteru or Mediana. Thancred, I think, would be a good choice, but again, he's a character only for Mega Whales, so yeah. And then, let's think about SSR characters. Which ones would be good to level up to like maybe 40, and then job level 5. First, there are the 3 that they hand out to you just in the beginning. So like Monto, and Yashutara, oops, that's Fina, and then Yashutara, and Fina. Of the 3, I would say that Fina is maybe the least good, but as a healer, I think you could be good. You definitely want to raise her cleric level to level 5, so you can get the most out of her healing abilities. But yeah, Yashutara, she would be a good candidate to go to 99. She's very, very strong, and it's relatively easy to get shards for her so that you can get that max level there. And then Monto's really good for a main character. He's also kind of supporty. He has some tanking, he has some healing. He's actually one of the better healers of the SSR characters. I think he has some buffs as well, and then some pretty decent attacks. So I think these three, they could be pretty good for you. And then you could fill out your team with attackers. So you could use Ol. You could use, I think it's either Lorenzo. Yeah, Lorenzo's good for an attacker. And then, let's see if I can say this name. Dida. She's especially good for the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration because she has dark element attacks. So she could be a good attacker for you there. Yeah, she might be the best SR character right now. Alright, and then finally, I will say that chasing characters is not a good idea in this game. So like, if every time like a new character comes out, you try to pull for them, you're just going to have a bunch of weak characters. I think, especially at this early point in the game, you want to identify who are going to be your main characters, like your main 5, and then just really focus on leveling them up, and then not worrying about pulling new characters. You almost want to get like more duplicates of characters that you have, rather than new characters. Okay, so those are my thoughts on how to level up your guys, and then how to pick like which guys you want to level up. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Take care.